Opportunity employer.
All right, good morning. This is the Faribault Coaches Show, and I am Royal Ross, and we are down at Jana's Marketplace this morning. We invite you to stop on down, have a delicious meal. They're always homemade and fresh made right in Jana's kitchen. Like I always say, you can get a cheeseburger for breakfast or eggs and bacon for lunch, so stop down, grab a hot meal, and then get a couple of prepackaged meals to go that you can heat up during the week at home or at the office. Very convenient, and they are delicious. So today we are fortunate enough to have some of the members of the swim and dive team. And if you remember the last couple weeks, I've talked about the 5 of them that went to state meet, I guess it would be correct terms here, state meet. And we were fortunate enough to get them in today. So guys, kind of gather around here, and I'll have you introduce yourself, and we'll talk to the relay first, and then we'll talk to Asher, the diver. So go ahead, just start with you and your name and what you were in.
Okay, so my name is Declan Shapee. I am 17 years old, in 11th grade at Bethlehem Academy, and our relay was the 4x50 freestyle. Sorry about that.
All right.
I'm Finn Larson. I'm a junior at Faribault High School. I was also part of the 4x50 relay.
Okay.
I'm Asher Ferris.
Yep.
I'm in 9th grade, and I'm a diver.
All right, perfect.
My name's Elliot Doshner. I'm a senior at Bethlehem Academy, and I was part of the 4x50 freestyle relay.
James Hoisington. I take PSU at South Central, and I was part of the 4x50 relay team.
All right, great. So just listening to you, I'm kind of identifying that this is a cooperative sport, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is really cool. I think, in my opinion, I think it's cool because it brings people together from different schools and builds some teamwork there across some lines. So we've got 2 juniors and 2 seniors here. So I'll start with the 2 juniors. How do you think your season went? What were the goods, the bads, the highs, the lows?
Well, we agree that the season went very well. I mean, we definitely beat new personal bests in our 50, wouldn't you say, Finn? And it just was a really good season. I don't know about Finn, but for me, my 50-yard freestyle ended up getting smaller and smaller by the end of the season, so it was good.
And folks, when he says smaller and smaller, he's talking his time. So this is a really good metric here. That's how you measure things, and swimming is by time. So, Finn, what do you think? What did you think of the season?
It was pretty good. We had some new guys come out. We got a good amount of personal bests, and I think at Big 9, when we dropped around 6 seconds on that relay, that's when I really thought we had a chance of getting to state there.
Awesome. Now, how big is your team? How many people do you have on the team?
So like
Just roughly.
around 20.
Around 20. Okay. Is that a pretty good number? No.
We want a higher number.
You want more? Okay.
Yeah.
More. Yeah. I always want a bigger team. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you set a lot of personal bests this year as a team, but how often is it that you guys send people to state tournament in swimming and
Wasn't
diving?
the last time like 4 years ago or something like that? 3 years ago?
3 years
Yeah.
ago you sent somebody. So this is a pretty nice accomplishment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely was.
Yeah, it's very tough to qualify. In almost every sport, the Big 9 is very, very competitive. Is it the same?
Yeah.
Same way in swimming and diving here? We were in a pretty competitive conference?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. So the first thing I'm going to notice, folks, is that all these guys, of course, they're swimmers, so they're thin. But God, they're all tall. I mean, this could be like a basketball team here or something. Does height have something to play into this? Or?
Yes.
Definitely.
We definitely wanted to be taller.
Really?
Yep. It definitely helps because it helps you reach and get to the finish at the touch mark first.
All right, that makes perfectly good sense. Perfect sense. All right, well, let's move on to the couple seniors here. Go ahead. What's your names? Remind us.
My name's Elliot Doshner.
I'm James Hoisington.
And James. Okay, Elliot and James. So, this is your senior year. How many years have you been on the swim team?
I think I've been on high schools for 5.
Wow, good job.
I've been in high school for 6.
Okay, so on varsity for 5 and 6 years respectively? That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yep. And so this is your first time to state.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell me about the experience and what it was like to cap off your senior year by going to state.
I don't know. It felt very fulfilling, kind of like the culmination of all the hard work and everything, and finally paying off.
Yeah, that makes
It's
sense.
just a very cool experience.
Yeah.
I think it was a really good way to end it because that's kind of a goal we set near the end of last season, and I think it's just a good way to end things.
At the end of last season, did you kind of say, hey, I think we can do this. I think we can go to state in this particular event.
Yeah.
Yep.
You did? Okay.
They told me they could do it.
Oh,
Who
okay.
am I not to believe them?
What else do you compete in here for events in swimming and diving?
I compete in the open 50, the 100 fly, 100 breast, a couple of the other relays, just whatever coach puts me in.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty similar. For me, it's a lot of sprinting, so the 50 and the 100 mainly, and then the medley relay also.
Okay. So just kind of a all-encompassing
Yeah.
participation here. Okay. And you guys swim out of the pool at the high school. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yep. Where was state?
At the U of M.
U of M. Oh, that's pretty cool then, I bet. Yeah. All right. So, you two seniors, what are your big plans for next year?
I am planning to study economics, probably at the University of St. Thomas.
Nice. I have a degree from Tommy, so
Okay, yeah.
go Tommies.
Well, I signed on with National Guard, and I'm
Good.
going to be a mechanic through that. And then I also have my welding certificate, so I'm going to get a welding job.
Very cool. I have a son. My son Ren is a mechanic at the National Guard. So,
Yeah.
very cool. Thank you for your service. We appreciate it. And you're thinking St. Thomas, so that's cool. You're going to live on campus in St. Paul and
Yeah.
the whole thing. Experience everything.
Yeah.
Are you going to play any other sports?
I'm not sure. I may continue swimming. I haven't really decided though. so,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. How about even intramural sports? You know, I mean, you know, like maybe you want to play intramural basketball or something. Is there any other side sports that you like to play?
I'm also just run, like I ran cross country, and now I'm doing track.
Okay.
So
So you're cross country, track, and swimming.
yeah.
And how about you?
I think it really depends on how the transition goes into college, and if I'm looking for something else to do, I think that's a possibility, yeah.
Cool. Well, it'll be a great experience for you, for both of you, because it's, you know, the National Guard will be a very cool experience going through basic training and
Yeah.
and everything, and then going to college. First year in college, probably living in the dorms and everything. That'll be pretty cool too. So, juniors, do you guys play any other sports for Faribault High or
I don't.
for
play-
our area?
I don't play any other sports. That's all Fenn right here.
I do track and field also.
Okay, so we've got a couple that do track and field, and you guys are in it right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you're going to have to promise me that you'll come back and give me a track and field update,
yeah.
you know, a couple times throughout the year here. So, I'm going to pull in the coach now. So, Mr. Fuller, Coach Fuller,
Yeah.
how you doing today?
Good.
Good. Well, thank you for coming down. What you've been doing this for a number of years, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. 38 years.
Is that all? 38. Wow.
100 seasons.
You must have started when you were like 12.
I did.
Yeah.
Get this boyish look.
Yeah, you do. You do. So, tell me what it's like to what was it like to coach these guys this year and see them going to state?
This group, this whole group was just probably one of the funnest years I've ever had coaching. They worked hard. They knew how to have fun, and I knew when to cut off the fun. But they did fantastic, and like I said, they came up to me at the beginning of the season and said, "We're going to state." I said, "Good. I'm not going to doubt you on that," and we did. We went to state. This went very, very well.
And they didn't mean they were just going to drive up to state and watch. They meant they were going to
They meant
compete.
They were going to be in the pool.
Yeah, good deal.
And this young man was going to dive up there, and he did too. So
Yeah.
it was fun to see this not only the whole team, but specifically this group accomplish what they were after.
Yeah, yep, I understand that.
Yeah.
So, all right, Asher, you can step up here. You're a freshman, correct?
Yep.
And you are a diver extraordinaire.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yep.
You had a heck of a season. I remember talking about you a little bit on this radio show. I think you had not only a personal best, but you had a Faribault best score in diving. Is that correct?
Yep. I got the 6 dive record.
Nice.
So yeah.
So how cool is that to be this competitive as a freshman?
It is awesome. I never expected it.
Never expected it?
I didn't even know if I was going to join this year, and then I did.
Really?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Wow. Were you on the team before this?
Yeah.
Last couple of years or so?
Yeah, I was on the team for 2 more years.
Okay. And how did your years go there? It must have been your 7th and 8th grade years. So.
Yeah, they were decent, but I really had to jump up this year.
Yeah.
I had like a growth spurt a lot, and I was a lot better on the diving board.
Okay. Do you swim in any events or just dive?
Sometimes I'll do like 50 free if they need me.
Okay.
But, yeah, that's
We try
about
not to
it.
need him, but yes, we know he's there, so he just gets a pair of goggles and gets in for us. So.
Very cool. Very cool. So what was the coolest thing about going to state as a freshman?
Just like the experience, like the pool was just huge. Like,
Was it?
Yeah, it was awesome up there. It was kind of unbelievable, mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And they had like the 10-meter boards and stuff, and we would just be looking up, and it was just like way up there. It was awesome.
That does sound fun.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good time. So what are you thinking for? Do you play any other sports? First of all.
Sometimes I'll do golf. I didn't do it this year though.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gonna golf over the summer or?
Yeah. I'll probably golf over the summer with a couple of my friends.
Okay. Yeah. So what are you thinking for next year? How are you gonna top this?
I just gotta come into the year strong next year, and like I want to beat the 6-dive record again for next year, and then I don't know, just get into the top 8 for state.
Very cool.
State meet.
Very cool. All right, so I'm going to bring in the juniors now and Asher. What's your off-season training? What do you do anything specific to get in shape for next season?
Right now, I'm working out 5 days a week.
That sounds like an overachiever.
And just
Working out cardio, strength, both,
just
cross
like
training.
full body, like just working out at the gym.
Okay.
I do that with Elliot. So I do that and try to run 5 miles every Tuesday.
Okay. 5 miles at one time. Is anybody chasing you or anything, or just?
Only girls.
Okay. Perfect. Well, then I'd run a lot slower if I were you. That's my advice. How about you?
We do have a summer swimming program, so that's something that people should do over the summer to just get back in the pool and get the feel of it.
Yeah.
So that's what I'll be doing.
Yeah.
And a lot of lifting too.
Yeah, because I mean, swimming and diving. This is the competitive side of it. It's not like going out to the pool and swimming and having some fun, splashing, hitting a ball around and stuff. This is the competitive side of it, and I think it's very cool that you guys came together, made it to state, set some records along the way, set some personal records along the way. Yeah. Is this one of the dads over here?
Yep, I'm Wade, Asher's dad.
What do you think of all this? Here, you might have to move a little closer.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool that the whole team kind of came together and made it up there, especially with how small the swimming team was and how far they were able to go with it. It was really awesome.
Well, awesome. And it sounds like we got a base to build on for next year.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, very cool. Very, very cool. Well, guys, anything else you want to tell me about? Anything exciting going on or anything? No competitions. Just how competitive are you guys individually with each other? Like, do you make fun of each other? Because I would assume I would assume in a medley you have I think they're called splits.
Yeah.
So where basically it's a time for each of the 4 racers, right?
Uh-huh.
You kind of give each other crap about, hey, I beat you.
A little bit. But we're all so similar in time. Like, we're probably...
I think all 4 of us are within half a second.
Yeah, 4 or 5 tenths of a second between all of us.
Okay, so you guys could change positions.
Yeah.
The guy that has bragging rights this week might not have bragging rights next week.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. Well, that's pretty cool then, as long as you do it good-naturedly.
But we don't really brag we don't brag a lot. I don't think I've ever heard them brag once. Or me.
I think it was mostly just cheering each other on and being happy for each other.
Yeah. You guys are too good. Well, congratulations. Thanks again for coming out. Those of you that are in track and field, please come back sometime and tell us about it. I'd like to keep up to date on at least a couple of updates on the track and field. But Charlie, anything you want to wrap up with here to brag about your team and the
Well,
season? And
Yeah, and I'd like to brag about them because they are good.
because they deserve it.
They dropped time like crazy this year. They did everything that we needed to do to get to state and then get faster at state. So yeah, and they worked hard to do it.
Yeah.
So and Asher has got on that board and did some dives that most people would say, I'm not getting on the board doing that. But he got up there and did it, and he made his list good. So he went.
Asher, I got to ask you. I'm assuming as you're learning to dive, and you have to continuously try more difficult dives and become more precise. And stuff.
Yeah.
There's probably a good amount of failure early in this, isn't there?
Oh yeah, I flop a lot
Yeah?
under the water. Yeah. So yeah, I'll try a huge dive that I haven't ever done before, and then I'll just bail out of it and just flop,
Okay.
hit the water hard.
We always make sure he's okay, and then we start laughing.
And then yeah.
So, you okay? Yeah.
Okay. but I mean, there's got to be a lot of failure to get to a lot of success.
Yes.
And I think diving would be pretty representative of that because, like I said, you can't just keep doing the same old thing. You got to continuously try harder and more difficult dives and become more precise.
Yeah, you gotta grow.
Yeah. All right, well, guys, thank you very much. I appreciate it. You have a great weekend, Easter weekend. And feel free to eat as much as you want now because you don't have to compete in swimming and diving for right now. So, all right, guys, thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
No problem. Stop out anytime you want. We're here every morning from 10 to 10:30, so just stop out. And if any of you are in any other activities, it doesn't have to be a sport. I realize this is called a coach's show, but it doesn't have to be a sport. I mean, I'd love to talk to somebody from band, theater, orchestra, robotics, whatever. So if you're involved in any other activities or you have friends that are, encourage them to stop out, and we'll give them some publicity too and introduce them to the millions of listeners on KDHL. You realize you just talked to like 1 million people, right?
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, this is worldwide. This is big.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, huh?
They told them afterwards.
Yeah, well, everything's worldwide now with an app. If you have a KDHL app, you can listen to it wherever you are. So, all right. Well, thanks a lot, you guys. I appreciate it. To those of you that are returning, best of luck for next year. But we'll get caught up next year, and hopefully you'll have just as good of a year, if not even better. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right. As we stated last week, we're kind of in that little lull between all of the winter sports being done and all the spring sports not quite starting yet. So we're going to wrap up a couple of things here. Basketball. We got some awards this week for BA senior. These are all seniors. Hudson Dillon, second team all-conference. Aaron Herda, all-conference honorable mention. And Willie Potter, team sportsmanship award. So good job to those BA seniors. And then 2 juniors at BA. Anna Cohn, all-conference honorable mention. And junior Brooklyn Becker, sportsmanship award. So nice job, men and ladies. There was an article in the paper that kind of caught my eye this week, and it's about Joe Palmer. If you follow high school sports at all, you remember that Joe Palmer is a Faribault native and just a former standout Falcon in basketball. He was 2-time Big 9 All-Conference, and then he went to college and he played 3 seasons of Division III at Augsburg University, where he had just a fantastic career. He led the MIAC in scoring and rebounding in his junior year and was the MIAC Player of the Year and first team All-Conference in 2022. So what does Joe do to back that up? He transfers and goes to Colorado State, where they just finished the year. They lost out in the first round of the NCAA tournament, but that's pretty cool for a former Faribault standout in basketball to not only be great at Division III, but also go to a D1 school of Colorado State and compete and finish out his career in the March Madness tourney. So that got me thinking, about former Faribault athletes that have went on to compete in college and stuff, and I realized, hey, I have one of those right here because, well, all three of my sons are in town for once, which is unusual, but my son Ryder flew in from Florida for the weekend, and Ryder in high school, he was a bowler and tennis were his two main sports. All conference in tennis twice, I believe, and all conference in bowling once or twice. And so I'll introduce you to my son Ryder, Ross, and he went to Midland University in Fremont, Nebraska.
Yep.
Okay, correct?
Yep.
And you went there on a tennis scholarship to play tennis with him.
Yes.
So I'd like to talk to you about what was it like competing at that? I mean, I competed in the collegiate sports and bowling and stuff too, so what's it like in this day and age? Because you're not too far removed from it. You graduated from Fremont and Midland University about 4 years ago or so.
2017.
2017 you graduated. Oh, 7 years ago. My God, I'm old. So what was it, what do you think? Tell me about your collegiate experience.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I had so much fun with it. I mean, just building a bond with like the college team. It definitely, you gotta learn to manage your time really well between having practices and school and everything, and then also matches. I mean, we were probably having matches twice a week, 3 times a week, and with travel, we were traveling anywhere from, we'd go from Nebraska to Iowa, South Dakota, Minnesota, but also down. We went to Colorado one year, down to Kansas. We've been to Arkansas. We even took a couple spring break trips down to Miami, Florida. So with all this traveling, and at practices, you just got to learn to manage your time. But I really enjoyed it. You met a lot of people. You build a really good friendships with people on your team and everything. And I just have positive things to say about it. Like, I would do it again.
Yeah, and Midland University is a fairly small university. I think it's got like 2,000-3,000 students or so. So it was very easy to get to know people. So you not only knew people in your specific sport of tennis, but it was pretty easy to meet people on campus and stuff.
I mean, you become friends with everybody. Like, when you're at a smaller school like that, everybody knows everybody.
Yep.
I mean, you know people from the basketball team, football team, dance team, cheer team, the swim team. I mean, you just get to learn, and you just know everybody, especially if you live on campus your first 2 years, live in the dorms. That's where you meet everybody, and that's where you just build your friendships with everyone.
Yep, and Midland had a pretty decent hockey team, if I remember. Is that correct?
They're okay.
Okay,
they're okay.
So when you went down to Midland, and it would have been the fall of 2013.
Yep.
You went down there, like I said, to play tennis. You received a scholarship to play tennis, so you knew that's what you were going there for. Their team didn't have the best record over the previous few years before did they?
Nope, our team was probably towards the bottom in our division and everything, or in our conference. But by the time that I graduated, we were one of the top teams in our conference, and now actually our team is the top team in the conference, and they are going to nationals every year.
So you kind of started that.
Yep.
You
so
helped
it's basically
start
my
that.
class that kind of started that and started building up from that and everything. So just to see us go from one of the worst in the conference to one of the best in the conference, and now the best in the conference, and going to nationals every year, I'm definitely proud of that.
Good deal. Do you still follow it just to keep track of how they're doing?
I do check in every now and then just to see how they're doing and everything.
Okay. Is the same coach still down there?
One of the coaches, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Now, they also had a girls team. So
Yep.
How's the girls team doing?
The girls team is doing well too.
Okay.
Again, they're kind of in the same boat as us and everything, and now they've improved, and now they are also one of the top in the conference as well.
Yeah, because I remember when we were visiting colleges, and we also visited a couple colleges in Wisconsin that had tennis teams and stuff. So it wasn't just this Midland that we visited, but I remember thinking at the time, it's not a very good team. So on the good side, Ryder is going to get a chance to play fairly early in his career.
And I did.
Yeah. Did you play much as a freshman?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I played much as a freshman. I played even more as like sophomore, junior, senior, anywhere from the number 6 varsity spot all the way up to the number 1 varsity spot. I played anywhere in between there.
Oh, you played one singles?
Oh yeah. Yep. I played one singles a couple times and everything. My main spots were anywhere between about 2 and 4.
Okay. So that's kind of where you settled in a little bit.
Yeah.
Did you play any doubles?
I did. Yep. For a little bit there every year, not much. I was more of a single player, but they did have me play some doubles, and from there I played anywhere from number 1 doubles to number 3, just depending on what team we put together for that.
Okay. So you've got, let's say you had to talk to somebody and give them advice, that they, we just talked to a couple of kids that are seniors and they're going off to college. What would you suggest to a senior that's going off to college and is going to participate in a sport? And what advice do you have for them?
I would say just enjoy it all. It's such an experience. Some sports we did 2 practices a day sometimes, and sometimes we even had 3 practices a day, which it gets to be a lot and stuff. But at the end of the day, just enjoy it, have fun, hang out with your teammates and everything, and you'll see that it's a really cool experience to be a part of. It is. It really is. I thank you very much for coming in and telling us about this. And if you're out there in listening land and you have a son, daughter, granddaughter, grandson, niece, nephew, whatever, if you have somebody that's went on to college and has been in any activity in college, have them come out here Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. We'd love to talk to them. And like I always say, we realize this is called the Faribault Coaches Show, and it's predominantly sports-based, but we want to talk to everybody in all the local youth activities, whether it's robotics, orchestra, band, theater, DECA, speech, whatever it is. We encourage the kids and the coaches and the directors and everything to come on out and talk to us about it. We'll introduce society to that event and the people that participate in those events. So Ryder, now you don't really play any tennis anymore, do you? No, not much anymore. Just for fun, I've gone out and hit a few times, but yeah, not too much anymore.
Well, pretty soon you're going to be old enough to start playing pickleball.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
We'll get into that a little bit.
Okay. All right. Well, anything else you want to close out this show with, Ryder, to wrap up your high school and collegiate career?
I think I got everything out there.
All right. Well, thanks. I appreciate you coming in. And once again, my name is Royal Ross. I'm with G&H Properties, and we are located in beautiful downtown Faribault. Our office building is the Depot Square building right across the street from the post office. And we encourage you to give us a call for any of your real estate needs. We're a small but full-service real estate company. We have sales and leasing division where we help people buy and sell houses or help you buy and sell commercial property. And then we also have a residential property management division where we manage apartments for investors. And we have an association management division where we manage homeowner associations, townhome associations, condo associations, and the like. So if you're in any need of real estate services, give us a call at G&H. It's 507-334-3499. And give us a call, and we'll hook you up with the right person. We've got a ever-growing staff, and we've all got our own expertises in the company. So we'll set you up with the right person to talk to and the right person to help you out. So, and again, folks, stop down at Jana's Marketplace. If you haven't had one of their meals to go, stop down and pick it up because they are delicious. And they're everything from a roast beef dinner, a turkey dinner, to some type of fajita or something. The salads are one of Jana's biggest sales. So once again, thanks everybody for listening and have a good week.
All the latest